right before our very eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me. Cause that's who I am.
You hear them pads going, you hear them clicks going.
704 beats by Alex J.
Yeah. First and 10, we in the trenches. You like the water cooler, you be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up, clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks, on fourth down we get big stops. My secondary is balling out, your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball, we going on one. My skill position so proficient, break for long runs. Come out running that option, that mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. Four receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score six scoreboard, that score six. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. We must protect this house.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Dennis Davis, Will Boykins, Chip Carter's in the house tonight, and we've got scores, highlights, and more to give you guys. We're gonna if you listen on the radio, tune in on YouTube. You can see the scoreboard and highlights that we're gonna go through. We're gonna talk to some of our announcers and more. We're going to turn it over to Chip and Will and Dennis right now to give you the scores that we have right now. If you're watching online, black scores are finals, red scores are actives. All right, Chip.
All right, fellas, we'll run down these real quick. Again, as Kevin mentioned, the black scores we have confirmed as final. The red scores we have not confirmed as final. This is the latest updates. We're continuing to monitor those and update those as we go. Final scores on the far left we have here. Mountain Heritage defeats the Rebels of West Lincoln 46-13. West Davidson, Kevin's new favorite mascot, the Dragons, defeat Providence Grove 31-21. Walkertown, we got three straight shutouts here that are confirmed final. Walkertown shuts out Wheatmore 67-0. Mount Airy shuts out Thomasville 52-0, and Thomas Jefferson shuts out Winston-Salem Prep 43-0. I think we're going to have their game broadcast next week. South Davidson defeats Rosman potentially. Let me say all the. We don't know who's going to broadcast who, but potentially. South Davidson defeats Rosman 27-8. Robbinsville defeats Andrews 56-7. These games have not been confirmed as final. These are the latest updates we have. Lincolnton clinging to a 1-point lead over Hendersonville, 28-27. That's been a good game. Speaking of hanging on. What's that? Okay, we got East Surrey hanging on to a 3-point lead over North Stanley. Eastern Randolph leads Union County 36-7. Shelby up big on East Rutherford 65-34. And East Columbus leading North Stokes 32-21. Dennis, take it away.
Well, we want to go to Tom first.
We can't. Go ahead. All right. All right. Yeah, we do have Tom Centofanti on the phone. He's going to give us the rundown of the Burns Bulldogs victorious over West Stanley 49-7. Tommy, we got you? Or not? Hold on.
While he's doing that, I'm going to pull up the highlights of the Burns game real quick so folks can watch that online. JP, you got him yet?
Tommy, I got the playoffs. It's playoff time.
Hold on, Tom. Now we can hear you. I think
we can hear you now.
It's on our end. I had to push the button. Go ahead, Tom.
You're good, Tom. Thanks.
Jeez.
All right, Tom, I heard you mention it just a second ago. I was kind of scrolling through for your highlights, listening. And we commented in the studio that Burns could be up a lot more if they quit turning the ball over because I kept seeing highlights of fumble. So how many turnovers? Go ahead with that.
Justin Porter had a pick six. It was 14-0, and then on West Stanley's third possession, it was a pick six, or maybe it was their second possession. It was a pick six.
Well, Tom, on a more positive note,
Burns was up 21-0, looked to be cruising, and then they started fumbling. Go ahead.
On a more positive note, I saw some wonderful touchdown passes that went for long yardage. Tell us about some of that tonight.
Well, it was just about getting the ball to the playmakers in space. You know, Wells, with 30 seconds left to go in the half, just looked like he ran a little slant, caught it in the middle of the field, and did the rest. 75 yards, and then they had it. They had it for a touchdown earlier, which is just a little RPO. They get the tight end up the seam, and I think what the quarterback's told to do is, like, if they cover the tight end, give it to the running back. But if they don't cover the tight end, pull the ball, throw it to him. And that was Brawley, and he was behind the defense and just outran everybody and went for a touchdown. And Dawkins as well had a big touchdown run, 61-yard TD run. So, yeah, a lot of explosives tonight, Dennis. 64-yard TD, a 61-yard TD, and a 75-yard TD. And that was really the story of the game, that West Stanley couldn't do anything to limit the explosive plays of Burns, and that really just – they had really no chance. They just gotten too far behind, and and just got themselves out of the ball game, despite the fact that Burns gained the 3 fumbles in the first half.
I know they've got a tall task in front of them next week, Tom, and they're heading up to Brevard, but that's got to be a good sign for the offense getting, looks like they're turning it. I mean, they've been impressive pretty much most of the season, but that they're firing on those cylinders and having those big pass and catch plays without Ussery being healthy for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Dawkins stepped in there for Davis tonight, and all he did was have 10 carries, 181 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was really able to fill the gap. Not, Max plays a lot of defense too, and, they miss him on that side of the ball as well. But Max lied to me today. He went by me in the hallway, and I said, Max, how's that foot? And he goes, oh, it's good. And that turf toe, man, it lingers. And I know he was dressed. He could have gone, but precautionary, he didn't play. And he's a tough kid, and it takes a lot to keep him out of the game. And hopefully, he's ready to go next week because they're going to need him at Brevard. And not sure the extent of Jorian's injury as well. I know that he had the explosive, the 50-yard pass, and just got tackled, went down awkwardly on the ankle. I looked at him on the training table. They took the shoe off. They taped up the ankle, but couldn't go the rest of the game. So played the first play, and that was it. And I guess they'll just evaluate him and see what we'll do moving forward. Hopefully he's okay.
Good deal. All right, man.
That's a good shot.
Yeah. We're looking at you. We got
Said the back of your head looks good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You
better than the front.
You in the back portion of you and Matt's head look pretty sharp in that photo.
What are you talking about?
Tanner took a picture of you and Matt and posted on the Twitter feed highlights. So we just look. It's just behind you guys.
Okay.
So.
Well,
Tell Matt I said nice haircut.
What was the final score of the Crest game?
69-6.
69. How about that?
That's 2 field goals, by the way. So they had 2 scoring drives.
Oh my God! I didn't think it would be that bad, but I tell you what, this seems like Crest is rolling, and I saw that Shelby rolled East Rutherford. I didn't expect that. I expected a little bit closer game.
I think we all did,
but,
Tom.
Cleveland and Kings Mountain won again tonight too, right?
They held on by a point. Went up to Arden and defeated TC Robertson by a point. So yeah. East Rutherford kind of hung with Shelby early, like maybe the first quarter. They kind of traded touchdowns back and forth, but then Shelby just started to break away from him.
Well, it's a good night for the county. 4-0 for the county, right?
There you go.
Look at the number of points scored by the county tonight. Shelby, 65. Burns, 49. Crest, 69. Kings Mountain, 21. Tom, that's a pretty strong offense. I don't care who you're playing.
That's 204 points.
Yeah. The county looked good tonight. So moving forward, but I'll tell you what, it's the first 2 rounds, especially with this expanded playoffs, is I don't mean any disrespect, but you cut a lot of dead wood. You know what I mean? And when you get into the 3rd round and beyond, you're starting to get into. There's no more layups. You got to be ready to play. That's a good Brevard team. I saw them last year against East Rutherford. They're tough at home, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Kevin, we're prepared to be out in the stands, so we got to work out the logistics of that.
Yeah, bundle up.
Week.
Take a warm coat, Tom.
Yeah.
But your observation about this round, Tom, I think this round is equivalent to what used to be the first round matchup. They did that extra cash cow.
The first round just seems to be just for fun. And then they have this one. This was not much better. Did Cherryville come back on Starmount tonight?
Starmount defeated them 56-7. So it was,
okay, I guess not.
Yeah,
right.
Like I said, it's like the former first rounds.
Well, all those teams that had the first round buys for last week, you're seeing that you're seeing the top teams in each classification and really kind of flexing their muscles this round.
Well, you guys do a great job covering all the games. I appreciate you keeping up with the scores, and we'll do it again in the morning. But off to Brevard next week. Good luck, Bulldogs, and we'll see who's healthy, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, Tom. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
See you. That's Tom Cinefani giving us the rundown of the Burns Bulldogs victorious over West Stanley 49-7. A couple of finals as we were talking to Tom. Lincolnton hangs on to defeat Hendersonville 28-27, and they get to take on Mountain Heritage to see if they can avenge the Lincoln County loss tonight. Mountain Heritage defeated West Lincoln 46-13. That Mountain Heritage team is a lot to me.
So is they going to be home? Or
No, they'll travel to Mountain Heritage. Mountain Heritage is the higher ranked team. That Mountain Heritage team reminds me a lot of for the 3A kind of Hickory. Everybody talked about that they were supposed to lose a lot this year, but they didn't. Apparently, they didn't lose quite as much as everybody thought they was going to.
They didn't get the memo, did they?
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, they're still the that 3A championship, or at least on this side of the state, probably still runs through Mountain Heritage. But we've got that final. Shelby defeats East Rutherford 65-33. That is a final. You heard Tom mention Crest finals 69-6 over Concord. Final score. They broke 100. Stuart Kramer defeats Bandy 60-49. Kevin called that one right on the money pretty much. He said they thought they'd score over 100 points to combine, and they sure did. They almost got to 110. But 60-49 is final score there. Pisgah hangs on to not hangs on. They defeat West Iredale 41-26. Pretty sound victory for them as well. Most of the games we're getting finals now. East Surrey clinging to a 3-point lead on North Stanley 45-42. We do not have that confirmed as final yet. We're keeping an eye on it. And Eastern Randolph leading Union County 36-7. East Columbus leading North Stokes 32-21. Trying to see any other games that are active and not confirmed final. High Brighton, RS Central got on the board with High Brighton, but High Brighton continues to lead 36-19. Oak Grove leading Northwest Cabarrus 29-7. And Dudley, last update we had Dudley defeating Ashbrook. Now that Kevin got their logo up on the screen, leading Ashbrook 21-6. I kind of like the plan.
Ashboro.
Did I say Ashbrook? I'm sorry, Ashboro. Ashbrook's right up above them and defeated Statesville 22-14, but Dudley's defeating Ashboro 21-6.
And they had to come back to do
That's
that.
the Blue Comets.
They were down most of the game.
The Blue Comets.
The Blue Comets. That's Tom talked about this last Saturday. Oh, you were here, Will. We just put random colors with different inanimate objects, and just make a mascot out of it, or animals that don't really exist. So,
like a green coat.
Exactly. Oh yeah. I think Tom, we were talking. What was the orange jackets? The orange jackets. Yeah. I googled orange jacket on the show last week, didn't it? And it pulled up an orange jacket that you zip up and wear. That's what I got. So.
You were dumb enough to Google that.
I tried. I tried.
Y'all just didn't get. They just changed it orange instead of yellow jackets. Like, where was I at? Not paying attention.
I think you were doing the math on that. I wanted to see if this was a legit thing somewhere. You know,
well,
I didn't know if maybe
we had a big laugh about it.
No, yeah, I put it up on the screen. I was like, "This is what an orange jacket is, everybody."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you're welcome, America.
Sounds like a drink at a tiki bar. The orange jacket.
That sounds like a good one too.
Give me an orange jacket.
Yeah, let me know how that tastes.
Hold the ice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, folks. We're going to talk to Shelby's own Jeff Jones as the Golden Lions win 65-33 at East Rutherford. I'm going to try to round up the highlights. Let's see if JP pressed all the buttons right. Coach Jones, do we have you on the line?
I'm sure JP pressed every button perfectly. He always does he not?
There you go.
Man, thank you, JP. Coach Jones, what's going on?
Thank you.
Well, I'm here to tell you the Shelby offense pressed every button tonight. It was I've never seen anything quite like that. Shelby had the ball 8 times in the first half, had 8 touchdowns, and scored every way you can think about it. It was pretty amazing, and everybody was really looking forward to seeing Pinkerton. Really good running back, was averaging 180 yards per game, and I believe Shelby held him to 30-some yards for the game.
Wow!
Of course, in the second half, they were just throwing it all the time, but it was a dominant performance by the Golden Lions.
You kind of hoped that a little showdown, and like you said, obviously Matthew Pinkerton's been the engine that's made that offense go, or been a primary part of that East Rutherford offense. You kind of hoped it was going to be a showdown of the Land and Land show, Land Farmer versus Land and Flynn. And they, from what I gathered, Jeff, they traded touchdowns back and forth early on, but it just ended up being too much Golden Lines.
Yeah, and what was really strange is, Shelby had a really nice drive, took about 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and punched it in, ran it in for a touchdown, kicked off, and it took 12 seconds for an 89-yard return for a touchdown, so it was 7-7. And then Shelby took the kickoff and drove down and scored again, led 14-7. And then really East Rutherford's best drive of the entire game, they took the kickoff from Shelby and got a few first downs and had a really nice 49-yard touchdown pass from Flynn, and that made it 14-14. And from that point on, it was all Shelby. And it was, 50. What was it halftime?
Yeah, 56 at halftime.
58-20 at halftime. And two of the touchdowns were over 80-yard kickoff returns. So, with the exception of the kickoff team, it was total domination by the Golden Lions. But it was really unexpected. That's all I can say. And when it was 21-14 going in the second quarter, we were thinking, okay, we've got a shootout. But when Shelby scored 37 points in the second quarter, it was just crazy.
Well, Jeff, my question was, and I guess Steve can tell me when he gets in here in a little bit, but throughout the season, you guys have had tough nights, give up some points on defense and some turnovers, having issues, and then you scored 58 in the first half against a really good East Rutherford team. And like I said, the defense, when you're scoring that much, it's kind of hard, not to give up some points too. But is this the best performance of the game? You kind of got everything in order tonight. Is this the best game the Shelby Golden Lions have played this year?
It's definitely the best offensive game that they played, and I would say, you get a running clock in the second half, so you really sort of have to throw the second half out. It was a really complete game, but I can't help but I was a football coach for a long time, and so it just sticks in your craw. You give up the 2 touchdowns on kickoff team, but other than that, it really was a great game by the offense and defense. And then, except for the 2 touchdowns, the special teams did well as well. So I guess the thing that really surprised me was that Shelby ran it for 250 yards and threw it for 250 yards, something like that. They had over 500 yards. They had over 400 yards in the first half. And East had nothing for Shelby. And Jonas Woods, he was our player of the game, and we'll text you his stats, but he had over 200 yards rushing, and he had 1 reception for 30-something yards, had 2 touchdowns, and he was fantastic. But we'll text you his actual numbers because we're on the road right now. But he was our overall player of the game.
Jeff, this is Dennis. You and I both do a little history teaching, and I think history played a part in this game tonight. Ken and I were talking after the pregame show while I was eating some fish box fish, and what we come to the conclusion, we both picked Shelby, and part of the reason is Shelby has the ability to get into the East Rutherford players' heads because of the history of the Shelby East matchups over the years. Shelby, for some reason, has always dominated. Some of those kids, we said, well, you beat my grandpa, you beat my daddy, you beat, so we're going to get beat tonight too. And it seemed like that was sort of the attitude that played into this game tonight, that East was sort of beat before they got to play in the game because of history, that Shelby had their number.
Well, Shelby when you play against Shelby in the playoffs, you're gonna have to play well generally. But 16, 17, 18-year-olds, I don't know that they're quite as tied up in the history of it as we are, because we're a lot older than that. Dennis, you're older than me, but I won't say how old.
Quite a bit. But
and Philip Russ, Philip Russ has done a great job with them, and Philip Russ has no. He has no history, being a head coach against Shelby.
Well, I'll tell you this.
The last time Shelby and East Rutherford actually played a game against each other was 2019. And so, I agree with you in a way that if you're playing Shelby and Shelby's got all that tradition, same thing. If you're playing Crest has all that tradition.
Yeah.
If you're playing Burns has all that tradition. If you go out there and you hang with them, then it's like, okay, we got a chance at this. But if they jump out on you, it's almost like, well, darn, here we go again. Yeah. But I thought going into the game, I looked at the strength of schedule, and East couldn't do anything about their strength of schedule. But the Simmons ratings had them listed as the 55th strength of schedule in 3A, and I don't think there's 60 teams in 3A. And Shelby's strength of schedule was like 9. And so I think Shelby played a tougher schedule, and it helped them get ready.
Yes,
and
that's
not.
correct.
And that's not saying anything about East Rutherford, because people that I talked to, I said, okay, maybe Shelby's got an advantage because I think they've played a tougher schedule, but it doesn't matter how tough your schedule is when you're scoring the points and you're playing as well on defense as East did. And again, all you can play are the teams that you're playing. But I thought that might have really helped Shelby, the fact that I think they played tougher competition.
Well, Jeff, you've actually played tough foes, and the RPI, it's such a crazy thing. If you beat, for example, I know you guys ran up, 90 points this year against Highland Tech. That counts as one win.
Yeah, did everything they could not to score the last 25. So anyway, it was crazy.
But what I'm saying is that one win against, if you beat a 6A team or you beat a 5A team, counts the same one way or the other. Yeah. And that's where I think Shelby had its advantage in strength of schedule.
Yeah, well, and what they're doing and what the state's decided is they're doing an RPI, and they're looking at your winning percentage, your opponent's winning percentage, and your opponent's winning percentage.
Exactly.
And those are three good things, but there really needs to be some way to put in who are you playing,
head to head, yeah.
Shelby losing to 3A Shelby losing to 6A Kings Mountain should get you more quality points than, losing to a 2A school if you're a 3A school. And so, I think that, and I don't know if there's any way to fix it. It's better than it used to be where it was just wins and losses, I think. But, again, they did what they could. And like Tom said, I was listening to Tom, you're in the third round now, and everybody's good. And you better bring your A game, because all those upsets generally happen in the first 2 rounds, and so everybody's good from here on out. One other thing, I felt kind of bad for East Rutherford. They go 9-1. They beat Regional last year, and they went deep in the playoffs. They're a senior-dominated team. They played well. So you get the 7 seed in the entire western side, and you have a bye. And there's, from a coaching perspective, in some ways you would rather play a team that you can dominate and keep on rolling than have that week off. So East plays great. They got a 7 seed, and they're looking and they're saying, so our reward for getting a 7 seed is we're going to sit at home for a week, and then we're going to and Shelby's going to come in. That had to feel kind of bad.
Yep. Exactly. That's why they stopped.
And that's why I said they know the history versus Shelby.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the East Rutherford fans this week. Some of the old guys from way back when, and some of the younger guys, and it was all the same. Like I couldn't understand how the kids was going to go to battle tonight, because they, as far as when I was talking to all their fans were already saying, "Oh, they're gonna get beat. They're gonna get beat," and that was with as the young as well as the old. There was they're gonna get beat by Shelby. They can't beat Shelby. So it's just hard for the guys to come to battle when you're. If I heard
I think they're,
and I'm not.
I think there's probably. County. I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. But I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I think there's, again, something to be said, and it's not Shelby necessarily, but if you're playing Shelby, you're playing Crest, especially those two teams that's got multiple state championships. If you're playing them and it's close and it's going into late in the second half, and if you're a team that really doesn't have the background that the Shelby does or the Crest does, I think you're in that game and you're like, hey, we might be able to win. And I think the thought process for the Shelby and Crest and Independence and the old West Charlotte, those kind of things. I think their mindset is it's close, we're going to win.
Yeah.
And if you get behind by 2 touchdowns, I think the idea is, again, a team that doesn't have a great tradition is like, hey, we've got a chance to win, and the team that goes down by 2 scores is like, we got to get back in this game because we're going to have, to have a chance to win, we're going to have to get into the game. So I think there's something to that, but it was just a perfect storm for East Rutherford to run into a Shelby team that is probably the most healthy this team's been since the first. They had a scrimmage, the Jamboree at Gardner Webb. They had the entire team, and from that scrimmage on, they've had a lot of injuries, and you still don't have the starting running back. But Jonas Woods, he's got I think 600 yards now for the season.
Yeah. For sure, he might be a freshman, but he's definitely a starting running back now.
Yeah, he's got a chance to be pretty special. That's a 9th grader, because you probably had some of the highlights, and there were two or three times that it looks like he's got maybe going to have a loss of 1, or he's going to have a 3-yard gain, and he makes a spin move, and he's in the clear and running over people. So he was really impressive tonight. But when we were going into the game saying it was really important for the offensive line to play well, because I felt like they were going to, if you get Shelby in 3rd and long, they're going to throw the kitchen sink and everything else, and try to make it hard for Farmer to sit in there. But the way they ran the ball, and then Farmer gave up 1 sack, and it was late in the second quarter, and he probably should have gotten rid of the ball, but there was 20 seconds left. They were trying to throw something deep. But I will say it was the best game the offensive line has played for sure.
Well, Jeff, we were talking about tradition. Shelby's the number 10 seed, which means even though you won tonight, you got to go to the number 2 seed, Mount Airy, and they have a.
Yeah, I might need to go to the Snappy Lunch and get and maybe go see Floyd at the barbershop.
Yes, sir.
I'm one of the greatest Andy Griffith fans of all time, so I'm trying to talk Brent into maybe leaving early and touring Mayberry.
We'll stop by and see Floyd and get a little haircut while you're out there. But they've got a great football tradition
right
too.
Now.
So it's like the Shelby tradition meets the Mount Airy tradition.
Yeah, and Mount Airy's not going to be afraid of Shelby, and Shelby Mount Airy they've never played. Because, Mount Airy's usually been 1A, 2A when Shelby was 2A, 3A. And that's a really intriguing matchup, so it'll be interesting. I have seen nothing about Mount Airy. I know they've got a good strength of schedule. So I look forward to getting to watch him on film this week. But that could be another instant classic, not unlike that Shelby Burns game 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm sure we'll hear more about it on the pregame show from you and Pasco next week.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I'm gonna get off the phone. We're still trying to make our way back to Shelltown from East Rutherford. So, thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right,
Talk
thanks,
to you next week.
Coach Jeff Jones and the Shelby Golden Lions win tonight, 65-33. They advance. They'll travel to Mount Airy next week. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give you some more scores and more. We're going to talk to Juwan Wilson about this Cherville Ironman season that they had. He's coming back from Starmount right now. And we're going to talk to him after the break. And so we'll talk Ironman and Starmount Rams when we come back here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yes, it's cold, and it's going to get colder. Time to head to Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain. They've got your pipe insulation, faucet covers, heat lamps, propane, kerosene, and infrared heaters. And don't forget about your pets outside. Hometown Hardware has cedar shavings and pet bedding. And don't forget about their Husqvarna chainsaws. And yes, they do chainsaw sharpening. See Mr. Bolt, Howard, or Kyle and leave with a warm smile. Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue, Kings Mountain. I'm Calvin Hastings. I want to invite you to join myself along with Captain Ron and Jeffrey the Pie Owens as we broadcast live from the new Shelby Kia and Shelby Honda during the Kia Blowout Sale. We'll be there this Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. We'll have free Subway sandwiches from Subway in Boger City. Plus, see Large Marge, the Pink Cadillac, and the Green Machine, along with the patriotic Floppy Man. And you'll have a chance to win some great prizes, including tickets to the Southern Christmas Show, free rounds of golf, free food, free movies, free t-shirts, and more. And be sure to check out all the Kias. Over 250 Kias in stock now. And get 0.9% APR financing or discounts up to $10,000. Don't miss it. Make plans to join us this Saturday, November 15th, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. during the Kia Blowout Sale at the all-new Shelby Kia and Shelby Honda, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Folks, y'all come. It'll be fun.
For over 35 years, Forest City Heating and Air have been keeping the folks here in Rutherford County comfortable year-round. They are a trained heating and cooling specialist, licensed, bonded, and insured, and they offer preventative maintenance programs. Call Forest City Heating and Air for ductless air conditioning and furnaces. Give them a call at 828-245-1379, 245-1379. Forest City Heating and Air, 457 South Broadway, Forest City.
LVP Flooring. Price as low as $229 a square foot. You heard right. Beautiful LVP flooring as low as $229 a square foot. We're at, well, it's only one place, Barrett's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. They are locally and family owned and operated. And you'll find it all, from waterproof floors to luxury vinyl to carpet and hardwood. That's right, Barrett's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Online at barrettfloorcovering.com. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center in Shelby is not just a hardware store, but a real general store, carrying items like feed and seed, hay, pine needles, and straw. Oliver's Hardware has just received the new Turtle Box Ranger, a smaller radio with a huge sound, along with 45 original Turtle Box radios in stock. Oliver's Hardware wishes the Burns Bulldogs good luck this football season. Oliver's Hardware and Garden Center, 3712 Falston Road, Highway 18 North between Falston and Shelby. Online at olivershardware.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
If bowling's your game, head to George Pappas Liberty Lanes in Gastonia. At Liberty Lanes in Gastonia, you'll find 32 lanes, 16 with bumpers for small children. Liberty Lanes is a smoke-free facility with a full snack bar and game room with pool tables, plus a pro shop, too, providing bowlers of all skill levels with a fun-filled environment for both league and open bowling. That's George Pappas Liberty Lanes, Highway 321 South, Gastonia.
For nearly 50 years, the K family at Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service in Shelby have been taking care of your bookkeeping and income tax needs in Shelby, Cleveland County, and the surrounding area. They feature a staff of enrolled agents and experienced tax professionals. Make sure you get every advantage you deserve. That's Numbers Bookkeeping and Income Tax Service, 707 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Give them a call at 704-484-2783. Online at numbersofshelby.com. They are there for you. It's time for a pre-winter checkup at Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain. Make sure your vehicle is ready to roll. They'll check your radiator, your windshield wipers, your tires. They'll change your oil and check your transmission fluid. Plus, make sure those brakes will stop you in time. And they're a North Carolina inspection station. For all of your automotive needs, see Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Call 704-750-4645 and like them on Facebook, too.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
He was just a teenager when his father died in a robbery. He laid awake one night and imagined a place where good would always defeat evil, every wrong made right. He imagined a world of truth, justice, and the American way. Through his loss, Jerry Siegel imagined a new hero. His imagination created Superman. Imagination. Pass it on. From PassItOn.com.
And we're back on the Throttle Powersports Co-Sam Show. post game. Sorry, I don't know why I said what I said. But
Post game
Yeah.
show. There you go.
Post
There you
game
go.
show.
Thank you, JP. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Full Throttle Powersports of Throw post game show. There you go.
Say it one more time, JP. Yeah.
No, I don't even remember what I said.
Okay, that's all right. Good job. Chip Carter here along with Dennis Davis, Will Boykins, Kevin Hastings in the house. He's doing some, as he likes to say, funny math to check and see about our PowerPoint's standings and see how they're going. We'll run down
Fuzzy math.
Fuzzy math?
Fuzzy math is what he called it.
What did I say? Funny math?
He said funny math.
Well, either way, it's interesting.
He said
those are synonymous.
He call it car dealership math.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's why you are an expert on knowing whether that's funny or fuzzy math. Then I understand. Very good. Taking a look at the scores, but we got all but 2 games that we have confirmed as final. Those 2 games. Last update we had Eastern Randolph leading Union County 36-7, and East Columbus leads North Stokes 32-21. The rest of these are final. We'll run down these real quick. We had some phone calls earlier, so we'll run down all of these final scores. I'll do the left, Dennis will do the center, and Will do the right so that I don't have to announce that first game up at the top on his row. Mountain Heritage defeats West Lincoln 46-13. We've got Lincolnton hanging on by a thread to defeat Hendersonville 28-27. It was West Davidson over Providence Grove 31-21. North Stanley hangs on to defeat East Surrey 49-45. It's kind of weird. Some of these teams we've not announced all year, so pronouncing them or saying them out loud can be a bit of a challenge. Walkertown shuts out Wheatmore 67-0. Final score, we just spoke with Coach Jeff Jones. Shelby Golden Lions defeat East Rutherford 65-33. I'm sure we'll talk to Coach Steve Degree here shortly. Mount Airy blanks Thomasville 52-0. The Griffins of Thomas Jefferson shut out Winston-Salem Prep 43-0. Good chance we might be able to hear them on Rutherford County Radio next week, but we shall see. South Davidson defeats Rosman 27-8, and Robbinsville defeats Andrews 56-7. Dennis, over to you, sir.
Well, let's see what we've got here. We've got in the 4A, we have the West Stokes Wildcats tonight losing to the Brevard Blue Devils by a score of 41-14, which means trouble in Lawndale because Burns was victorious tonight over West Stanley 49-7, but they'll have to travel up to Brevard next week. So take a warm jacket, fellas. It gets a little chilly up there this time of the year.
And they're not exactly, based on our past experience, they're not exactly welcoming of us into the into the quote unquote press box. But anyway, continue.
Exactly. And take a drop cord because you may have to run it all the way back to Lawndale.
And take a pleasant personality with you, Tom, because you might be the only one in that county that has it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, spoken like a true mountain man, Chip.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this story of Tom in Brevard next week.
You heard about him and Brian last year, but yeah, go ahead, Dennis. I'm sorry. I digress.
No problem, fellas. Mount Pleasant Tigers tonight, 44. Tuscola Mountaineers, 34. It was the Pisgah Bears, 41.
The who?
Pisgah Bears.
Oh.
Over the West Iredale Warriors, 41-26 tonight. And then something a little closer to home here, Will. The Newton Conover Red Devils. Not to be confused with them Blue Devils.
Nope.
But the Red Devils tonight over Fred T. Ford Tigers, 24-14. And carrying on that local theme, the Maiden Blue Devils. Not to be confused with the Red Devils, Will.
Yeah.
They won tonight by a score of 49-21 over the North Surrey Greyhounds. And a little closer to home for some of you, tonight was Kevin's nephew's first varsity appearance. And it must have been a good Odom. Kramer, 60. Bandy's 49. So keep that boy around for good luck.
That's a lot of points.
High Brighton Panthers tonight, 48. RS Central Hilltoppers, 19. Okay, moving on down to the Starmount Rams and the Cherryville Ironmen. It saddens me to report the score was Starmount 56 and Cherryville 7. Good luck to the Ironmen next year when they bring back a very experienced team with a lot of younger players. South Stanley tonight, 38. Christ the King, 0.
The Crusaders.
Crusaders. Christ the King Crusaders.
That's right.
Well, you should know something about that, Deacon Boykins.
Christ is the King.
Mitchell, Mountaineers, 42. Bishop McGinnis, Villains. Why would they name a Catholic school Villains,
Did
Chip?
I say that earlier? Like, this is a bad name for this school because it's bishop. You make the bishop sound bad there.
Well, we are in the South. Half the people think Catholics are in a cult anyway, but go ahead.
Meanwhile,
okay, I get it.
It was.
Go ahead.
Mia Cooper,
Yeah, right.
Mega Mia Cooper. Mountain Island Raptors tonight, 7, and the Allegheny Trojans, 6. Will, I don't know what ending that thing ended in, but it was close. Mountain Island pulled it out.
I wonder who's on the mound.
I don't know, but it must have been a home run in the bottom of the ninth.
All right. It was South Point 48, Irwin Warriors 13. Goodbye to the Warriors. They going home to sit down. They done rolled out the basketballs. Chip, how you feeling?
Fun.
It was Monroe 49, West Rowan 14, East Lincoln 56, West Henderson 15, Crest, the Big CU 69.
What did you say, Will?
The Big CU.
No, what was that score?
69.
That's more than Shelby had.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys.
Steve will be here in a minute. He'll
keep
straighten
going.
it out.
Come on, keep going.
69, the Concord Spiders 6. Hickory 45, Montgomery Gentry 13. I know them people from Montgomery Central.
They'll be like, these guys don't have a clue.
That's a Chipanology right there.
Yeah, that's right.
Franklin 14, Forest Hill 13, Oak Grove 36, Northwest Cabarrus 7, Robinson 42, North Davidson 0. Ashbrook pulls it out 22-14 over the Statesville Greyhounds. Dudley over Ashboro 21-6. Kings Mountain over Robeson Rams 21-20.
Yay, Mountaineers.
Way to go. Way to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And Northern Gifford 46, Asheville 13.
All right, guys. So those are our scores. Now we
Playoffs?
have just a couple of two scores. What's the over-under on the number of times he's going to say that in that tone, Dennis? But we've got, I think we should be hearing from Juwan Wilson here shortly. We'll do some recap of the Cherville Ironman.
Who you got?
Good. Is that, did I get that right? Let's see. Let's see if JP. I have confidence that JP hit all the buttons right. Juwan, do we have you?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Juwan, what's going on, man?
Not too much, man. A little disappointed tonight, but, shout out to them boys. They had a great year, best year they've had in a long time, so we're still proud of them tonight.
Yeah, looking back, taking a look at some of the highlights here. Well, let me get switched over to where people can see it. There we go. So we got it early on here. Looks like we got a fumble by Cherville, recovered by Starmount early on in the game. How was it in terms of ball control? Did we see a lot of turnovers? Was this kind of just an outlier, just something Starmount was able to exert their will throughout most of the game?
Yeah, we turned the ball over. We really shot ourselves in the foot. There was one point in time where we had some momentum. We was down 21-7, driving the ball. We was in the red zone, and we got 3 straight penalties that took us out of the red zone. And then when we finally was able to hike the ball, we fumbled it. That hurt us. And then the very next play or so, they went deep on us for a 79-yard touchdown pass, and that kind of broke our spirits right there.
Yeah. Well, Juwan, who is number 46 on the Ironman, he had a beautiful catch in the end zone for a touchdown tonight.
Yes, sir. That's Taylor Dalton.
Okay. I want to make sure we give Taylor credit tonight.
Yeah, good dude. Talon Dalton with the touchdown reception. One here. Seeing Starmount's first score, Cody Hernandez after the fumble recovery punches it in. Starmount strikes first, 7-0. And we got Jameer Billups score with a 2-point conversion is good. So Starmount leading after this point. Starmount leading Cherville 14-0 in the first quarter. Is that a 2-point conversion? He's awful far out for a 2-point conversion, unless there was a penalty. Anyway, that's the second score. So I know that, again, a little bit of a struggle. Cherryville got in the end zone once this game, but and here we see Talon Dalton's. God, I might have to flip the camera here, see if we can see this, but different views of Dalton's touchdown reception. Any other than, I know it was tough getting in the end zone, but statistically, any standouts offensively or defensively for the Ironmen this evening?
Yes, sir. We did have Adams. He had a pretty decent game passing the ball. We couldn't get anything going rushing. I think we had -3 rushing yards on 16 attempts. We did have Adams had 13 for 29 for 132 yards passing. We basically had to go passing the ball because we couldn't do anything running it.
Gotcha. I know Jackson's been kind of in and out of the lineup for a little bit during the regular season. Did Jackson play this evening? Jackson Hebner?
No, sir. I want to say he's missed the last 3 or 4 games. Not exactly sure why he's missed those games, but no, sir, he hasn't suited up. He has been on the sideline in his jersey, but he hasn't suited up probably about the last 4 games, I believe.
Well, that's a good explanation right there as to why, them struggling to get the running game going, not having Jackson. Jackson and McElhaney really make a good 1-2 punch and a little bit of a thunder and lightning combination in the backfield, and not having Jackson to kind of complement McElhaney, I'm sure that makes it a bit of a challenge.
Yes, sir, I totally agree.
So, well, good deal. Well, yeah, certainly a good season for the Ironmen. I know you and Brian are probably heading on your way back. I guess if you're talking, Brian, hopefully Brian's driving y'all safely down the interstate.
Well, I'm with Simone. Me and Simone are riding together.
Oh, okay. I thought
left a little bit before we did.
Oh, I'm so okay. I thought so. You're with Simone. I'll watch this. Tell Simone thank you for all the clips, watching some of these highlights. Obviously, a lot of them star mounts, touchdowns. We got Riley Rodriguez here with a long TD reception for the Rams, and the extra point was good. This point, Star Mount was leading 21-7. But appreciate Simone giving us all the video feeds this year and for Cherryville and a lot of the other high schools that he did this season as well. But any kind of final thoughts or anything that you or Brian discussed, or again, I think this is a great, obviously not the way they wanted to end the season, but such a good way, or this season overall for them, I think, is a step in the right direction for this program. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, and I think the main thing, we will lose some studs on defense. I want to say we're going to lose number 9 Pruitt, and I think we're going to lose number 21. And if someone else, I think we may lose Kerrigan. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
but
right.
As far as the skill positions, they're all coming back.
Right.
Quarterback's coming back. Whitworth's coming back. Proctor's coming back. JJ's coming back. Everybody who scores touchdowns is coming back, so that's a good thing for us.
You got a lot of skilled players, and that again, if they've got, obviously, like you said, the key for them is going to be size on the interior, both on the offensive and defensive side. If they can set the line of scrimmage, I think we discussed it a little bit last week. If they're able to control or set the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, or at least have a chance to kind of have a fighting chance on both sides of the ball on the line of scrimmage, I think that's going to be a big, could be a big push for them. Having a lot of success, you've got a lot of skilled players returning that have another year working together under their belt. Like you said, J.J. McElhaney. Jackson Hebner's not a graduate this year. He comes back next year. Is that right?
He comes back next year as well. Yes, sir.
I mean, those two young men by themselves make a great 1-2 punch. You got Jaden Daniels, Jaden with another year at quarterback for them. I keep saying Jaden Daniels, but I want to call him the commander. Jaden Adams. I want to keep calling him the Commander's quarterback. I think I did that last week too. But maybe he plays like Jaden Daniels next year. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking positive thoughts here. But no.
And sometimes I forget he's just a sophomore.
Exactly. Yeah. No. This is his second year in the system. Let's see, and I hopefully see a good leap from him next year. As you mentioned tonight, sounds like he had even in a losing effort, had a good finale for them. Aaron it out really was the only chance they had offensively to get any consistency going. So excited to have him back. Another player that we've not said a lot offensively this year, but I know you and Brian and I have discussed him a lot, and he makes a difference in the defensive secondary and can also be a dangerous deep threat offensively. Is Najee Whitworth. So having him as well is going to be him being part of that skill group that's coming back. This team is very, very dangerous and is going to be dangerous next year, and I'd love to see them build. I mean, they won a home playoff game last week for the first time in years, and this team has officially finished 500, 6-6. that is a great step forward for the Cherryville Ironmen just to 2 years ago to now. I think they're trending in the right direction.
I totally agree. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Coach Bowman as well.
Yes.
He's doing a great job. We got the best City Cherryville belt back. We won a home playoff game. So, yeah, I definitely think we're going in the right direction.
Well, speaking of what's coming back next year, congratulations on a very fine freshman year for you as an announcer, and look forward to you coming back.
That. Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
Yes, indeed, Jawan. Great job, you and Brian teaming up for those Cherryville games. You being able to bring a little bit of that home that home mentality. You're being a Cherryville alum, Cherryville grad. Great way to be able to bring that play-by-play, and Brian offering that color commentary as well. You guys were a great team this year.
He is the cherry juice.
There you go. That's right. That's right. So good deal. Well, Jawan, hey, you and Simone, be careful heading back down this way. Safe travels.
Hey, you ain't got her driving, do you?
Oh no! Simone's driving. I'm on the passenger. I'm passenger princess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, I got to talk to my fans. I got to talk to my folks.
Hands free driving.
There you go. You got one of those
shame on yourself.
You got one of them automated cars. All right. Hey, Jawan, thanks again, man. Great season. You and Brian both. Look forward to hearing y'all on the radio next year. Have a good evening. Y'all be careful. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
All right. That was Jawan Wilson giving us the recap of Star Mountain and Cherryville. Tough ending of the season of Cherryville, but I don't think they've got anything to be ashamed of, guys. Finishing 500 this year, winning a home playoff football game. That's got to be one of the biggest wins for them in program history, especially in recent history. So excited to see what the Ironmen can do moving forward with this. With Coach Bowman as well. He's reestablishing that culture. So excited about that.
A fitting tribute to those boys who broadcast the game tonight is this diesel horn coming by the station.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got the train coming by the studio right
just
now.
Just for you guys.
There you go.
We had to arrange the schedule with Seaboard or whatever to get you another horn in the ear.
We got them Ironmen coming down the tracks right now as we speak. So, well, very good. Well, good deal. We just got off the phone with Jawan Wilson. Coach Steve Degree is in the house right now. When we come back, we'll be sure to talk to Coach Degree, get his take on the Shelby Golden Lions' victorious game against the Cavaliers of East Rutherford, 65-33. We'll be right back. You're listening to the. What are you doing over there? So we'll be right back. You're listening to the full Throttle Powersports Low Post Game Show. We'll be right back. KTC Broadcasting.
You're listening to The Boss, WHS, Shelby, North Carolina, your beach oldies and sports stations. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, here's your forecast for Cleveland and Gaston counties. A mostly clear night settles near the lower 40s under a southwest breeze. Saturday opens bright with sun in the lower 70s before a partly cloudy night in the mid-50s. Sunday brings mid-70s with a cooler, clear night near the lower 40s. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Johnny Cottle for WOHS and WCSL.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's 10:56, and the temperature is 53 degrees.
For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. Listen up. Ronaldo Honda and Ronaldo Kia have new ownership. It's now Shelby Honda and Shelby Kia. And new owners Carl Rossetti and Mason Morris invite you to come by and meet them. They want to be a part of our community, living here and working here just like you. Come by and see Carl and Mason about your new Honda or Kia. With 0% financing available and credit, well, that's no problem. Plus, check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles. Meet Carl and Mason today at the all-new Shelby Honda and Shelby Kia, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Someone will once again win a $1,000 Christmas shopping spree, and it could be you. The drawing will be held Monday, December 22nd. Register today at one of our local sponsors, including Family Auto, Highway 74 East in Shelby, at the Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston, at Pretty Arrows Boutique on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at West End Sales, Highway 18 North of Shelby, at Jill's Uniforms on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at Parker Family Feed on Carpenter Grove Church Road in Bellwood, at Possum Hollow Farms and Produce on Pleasant Drive in Shelby, and at Diamond Pawn Shop, South Lafayette Street, Shelby, Classic Ford Service Department, Highway 74 East in Shelby, and at Cotton Seafood on the Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The $1,000 Christmas shopping spree brought to you by KTC Broadcasting and WhatsUpShopper.com. For a complete list of sponsors, go to WhatsUpShopper.com.
You work hard every day to provide for yourself and your family. Why not let someone else help out every now and then? As your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, that's why I'm here, for peace of mind, and to help you to protect what matters most to you in Cleveland County. I'm Bert Kostner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote, and to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. Be sure to ask for me, Bert Kostner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Kostner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
This month's Scholar Athlete of the Month is Quinlan Avery of West Lincoln High School. The award is sponsored by McDonald's, KTC Broadcasting, and WhatsUpShopper.com. Quinlan is the daughter of David and Abby Avery and is a senior at West Lincoln with a 4.5 grade point average. Quinlan plays volleyball, basketball, and softball. Her advanced courses include Spanish, biology, English, and psychology. Quinlan is a member of the Mount Vernon Baptist Church and helps with the nursery. Her community activities include working with Special Olympics, an elementary tutor, the homeless shelter, and West Lincoln Optimist Volunteer. After graduation, Quinlan plans to become a registered nurse and attend Gardner-Webb College. The McDonald's, KTC Broadcasting, WhatsUpShopper.com Student Athlete Award recognizes not only accomplishments in athletics, but also for overall achievement in the classroom and community. Sponsored by McDonald's, KTC Broadcasting, and WhatsUpShopper.com.
Some people say there are doers, and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. Don't wait till it's freezing cold outside. Now is the time to get your fireplace serviced by Future Energy Company in Shelby. Say you don't have a fireplace? Well, see Woody Padgett and Future Energy Company for all kinds of fireplaces and gas logs. And for those backyard cookouts, check out the Big Green Egg or Grills by Primo and the Broil Master Outdoor Kitchens. Future Energy Company, serving this area since 1983, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com.
Buy your new wood stove today. Tax credit ends December 31st.
We're proud to be working with our local businesses for the greatest comeback of all time.
Come together.
Shop local on WhatsUpShopper.com, Carolina Country, and The Boss.
And we're back on the Throttle Powersports post-game show with the Mafia of KTC, the Boss, Kevin, the Boss, Dennis, Godfather, Steve, the Enforcer, Will, the Hitman, Chip, the Collector, and JP, the Fixer. They're all having a hoot and a hollering in there. Who knows what they're doing, but I know they're doing something. And we're going to be talking to Mufasa.
We hear you, JP. Steve agrees in the house, but we're waiting on David Potter's about to call here in a second. And but we're going to let Steve tell us a little bit about the game until David calls us. And that David was at that East Lincoln West Henderson game. Shelby tonight wins 65-33 over the East Rutherford Cavaliers. They're going to Mount Airy next week. You've got to stop in and see Andy Griffiths before you play a little football next week.
Lunch.
So big night tonight, Dennis. I heard it was maybe some of the best blocking night ever for the Shelby Golden Lions, at least this year.
I tell you what, our coaches did a great job this week. They had a great game plan to stop Pickerton, and the guys executed. But before we get started, I want to give my shout out to my sister. She's already called from California, and she said she's seen y'all guys on YouTube, and I told her I'd give her a shout out when we got here. She always listens to us out in San Diego, California, and also my cousin Richard. He's from Charlotte. He's out there at my sister's house in California too. So I told him I'd give him a shout out. Okay, getting back to the game, we decided to take the ball first. As you say, we went down and scored with ease. Then we kicked the ball off. They ran it back, 89 yards for a touchdown. Then we got the ball back and scored again. Then they scored. Then we got to stop to stop them, and we came back down and scored. I think every time we had the ball the first half, we scored, guys. And
I think Brent said 8 possessions, 8 touchdowns.
They just didn't have no answer for our offense. And we loaded the box up to stop Pinkerton. And I think he had less than 40 yards rushing. He was averaging 180-something yards rushing. I think he ended up maybe 40, 50. But one key to our guys tonight was the offensive line. Our guys never get their name called out until they hold and stuff like that. And tonight, our offensive line got a great job. No sacks. I don't think we had no negative yardage. Blocked so very well for Land, and Land did his usual thing. And the freshman night, he had over 200-something yards rushing tonight to go along maybe 2 touchdowns. And Jonas is only a freshman guy.
209 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. We're going to get back to that in just a minute. Steve, we've got David Potter on the line from the West Henderson at East Lincoln game tonight. Well, the Mustangs won tonight. Sorry about that, Steve. Mustangs won tonight 56-15. Let's see if David is there.
I am here.
All right, we've got David Potter there online. Lead County game of the week this week. The Mustangs pull away and take care of the Falcons. Dave, tell us a little bit about the game. I'm going to scroll through some highlights while you talk a little bit about it at first.
Well, pretty much it was East Lincoln all night long. I think West Henderson's first mistake is they won the toss and deferred and gave East Lincoln the ball first. And I don't think East Lincoln really gave it back, if you want to think about it. Very first possession, they drive down the field, get a 19-yard touchdown run by Jalen Fletcher McLean, and that was after they had forced a punt. And then on the second possession, another 7-yard touchdown run, 14-0. West Henderson drives down, has to settle for a 28-yard field goal, 14-3, and then it was 2-yard touchdown, 14-yard touchdown, 70-yard touchdown, 69-yard touchdown, all on the ground. And halftime, it was 42-3. East Lincoln had almost 400 yards offense, I figure, in the first half.
Well, David, defensively, tell us about how the Mustangs are looking on the defensive side, because the further we go on here in the playoffs, that's where it's going to be a big thing. Of course, they knocked off Kings Mountain a few years back, and now they're going to be traveling to Crest next week, so everybody's wondering about the East Lincoln defense and how they're looking.
Well, they're looking really good tonight. Coming into the game, West Henderson had running back Zane McGraw, who'd run for over 1,500 yards this year. The kid's tough as nails. He really is, from what we saw tonight. Runs hard. He's a part of their offense. He also catches passes out of the backfield. But the East Lincoln defense held him to 71 yards on 24 carries. And he has some great highlights if you go to the West Henderson Max Prep page and watch some of the videos. He's just made some great plays all year. Tonight, he was just bottled up all night. Jackson Dollar did a really good job, but defensively, the star of the game was Caleb Leffler. I think he was in the backfield lining. He was there all night long, had sacks, was making tackles for loss. It reminded me of performances by Ben Cutter for East Lincoln 3 years ago. Of course, Ben Cutter now is playing a lot for West Virginia on defense.
And he looked a lot like that. I mean, Jackson Dollar also doing a great job on offense. He caught the only touchdown pass of the night for East Lincoln. And when you think of East Lincoln, you only think they're flinging the ball all over the map. Well, tonight they ran the ball great. 7 of the 8 touchdowns were runs. And so the only one was a 37-yard slant pattern to Dollar, and he just, for a guy that's 6'4" or 6'5", 200-some pounds, he runs like crazy because he just blew through 2 defenders, just outran them between them and into the end zone. So it's and then Grant Lawless, the Wake Forest soon-to-be signee, he's actually going to enroll early at Wake Forest. He was 14 of 15 tonight, 200 yards and a touchdown.
Well, David,
he's thrown for over 400 in a game, but he didn't need to tonight. The running game was going too well.
Well, you mentioned the quarterback Lawless going to Wake Forest. Is he taking Dollar with him? Has Dollar got any offers from any schools? We would be interested in hearing what his prospects are.
Dollar is a junior.
Okay. Well, that answered that.
Yes, it does. But he is. I think you'll see more offers for Dollar in basketball because he is a great player in basketball. I mean, he's really good at football too. I think he's going to get a lot of offers for both. The question is, what does he want to do?
Yeah. Sort of like a Sage Surratt was back in the day.
Yes.
Well, David, Lincoln County game of the week this week. I'm watching the touchdown there for Jackson Dollar. There was questions about whether he was going to play this week due to something that happened last week or a couple weeks games. You know anything about that? I had a lot of people.
Yeah, the maiden game he got ejected, and so that comes with a suspension the next game. But when the state reviewed it, the suspension was lifted, and he came back and played into the fourth quarter tonight. One thing to keep an eye on is he made a tackle in the fourth quarter and kind of dinged up his left shoulder. He came out of the game, and they were looking at him on the sideline. I don't know how serious it is, but he had the attention of the trainer for quite a while.
Well, I wouldn't have had him in the game in the fourth quarter, but that's that. But
we wondered the same thing.
All right, David. Well, next week, Chris Chargers and the Mustangs. Any thoughts on that before you get off here?
That's going to be an interesting matchup to see whether East Lincoln can move the ball like they normally do. And I've never seen Crest before, so this will be something new. Are they more pass happy or run it more?
They're balanced.
Equal. They're balanced.
I would say the offenses and the Crest and I would say Crest and East Lincoln's offenses mirror each other quite a lot. That's why I was asking.
Well,
that's why I was asking about the defense.
And the reason we're asking about,
you've got Chris Wilson taking up the middle. Mr. Homecoming King he just eats up space in the middle. Does a great job. Leffler and Jackson Dollar did a great job tonight. But what really impressed us was the secondary for East Lincoln. Yeah, they gave up a couple plays, but a couple of them were passes that were perfect. The defender was all over the offensive player. The pass was just put in a perfect spot by Cade Young. And, so, sometimes you can't stop it, but they were real good.
Passes, I was looking at the
they got
replay. Some of those passes
were
darts.
And beat them to the ball at chances sometimes. So we were pretty impressed with what they did.
Well, I'm interested to see the matchup with Lawless's passing game because our defensive backs, one is an NC State signee, and the other is a Duke signee. So it should be interesting to watch Lawless perform against 2 quality defensive backs and a front line that can shut down a run.
Well, you've got so many weapons for East Lincoln. You've got Jackson Dollar, you've got Davis Beam, Tyson Meggs, and then the running of McLean and Fletcher McLean. And then one person that jumped out at us tonight was reserve running back Andrew Veers. That kid's got some speed and some moves. He took off on a 69-yard touchdown tonight and caught a pass and just was running around people. They've got a lot of weapons to work with over there in Denver.
Well, David, no disrespect to you. You said you hadn't seen Crest play. You haven't been to the SID. I would compare your experience next week sort of like Oklahoma going to Texas.
Uh-oh. I knew that was coming, David.
All right.
I don't think he's concerned about that at all.
All's fair in love and war. Come on, David. I'm trying to get a little rise out of you.
No, it'd be best if you didn't get me started.
Oh, shucks. I failed again.
Here's one of those plays. David just talking about 27 knocking the ball off in the end zone for East in the corner. Great play.
I really enjoyed the Mac Brown era at Texas, let me tell you.
So did fans of not North Carolina here. All right, Dave. Well, thanks for calling in, and you guys take care this weekend. We'll see you next week on the East Lincoln Mustangs and Crest Chargers game.
All right, we'll do it.
All right, David Potter.
Oh, and go Sooners.
East Lincoln 56-15 winners tonight over the West Henderson Falcons. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got scores and more. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts. It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets at southernchristmasshow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
The tradition.
And for the Blue Devils, the Final Four is calling yet again.
The passion.
Spins, goes up. Good night.
The brotherhood plays here.
Floated to the big fella, and he rocks the rim. Jumper up. Bang! 3 seconds, 2. At the buzzer. Jagger!
Catch the action all season long right here on your home for Duke basketball.
On Carolina Country WCSL and the Boss WOHS. Do like dear old Santa Claus. He just purchased a new RTR Mustang from Tyndall Ford in Gastonia. He calls it a sleigh, but we know better, I think. And Santa saved thousands of dollars. Right now, only 5 2024 brand new Mustangs are left, and Cliff and Lyle says they gotta go. Save thousands, but that's not all. They have 2 2024 brand new Ford F-150 trucks left. Do like Santa, shop and save big now at Tyndall Ford, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at tyndallford.com. Since 1988, the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County, also known as TAC, is a nonprofit agency, and they operate demand response services for non-emergency medical transportation in our area. For more information, call the Transportation Administration of Cleveland County at 704-482-6465. Again, that's 704-482-6465. Visit the website at tacshelbync.com, located at 952 Airport Road in Shelby. At Summit Place of Kings Mountain, they provide assisted living, memory care, and respite care for successfully senior living. Summit Place is located at 1001 Pfeiffer Road in Kings Mountain. They pride themselves on treating your loved ones like their own family. Their residents explore daily programming based on a 6th dimension of wellness, and they enjoy all that Summit Place has to offer. They'd like to learn more about what's important to you and what is the best time and method of communication. Just reach out to their Community Engagement Director at 704-739-6772. Again, 704-739-6772.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today. At McKinney Insurance in Shelby, they want you to know that not all insurance agencies are created equal. They go out of their way to treat their clients like people and use their combined experience of over 50 years to protect what you value most in life. McKinney Insurance is an authorized Erie insurance agency that can help you with your personal business, life, and motorcycle insurance. For your free quote, call or come by today, 113 North Lafayette Street in Shelby. Call 704-481-7522. That's 704-481-7522. Even on a cool, crisp fall evening, or even on a snow-covered winter night, there's nothing like slipping into your new hot tub from Innovative Pool Designs in Kings Mountain. And now this month, Innovative Pool Designs is having a hot tub sale. All hot tubs this month are 10% off. Come see the selection and then sit back and relax. And don't forget about your pool closings. Innovative Pool Design will be more than happy to come out and do it professionally, or you can pick up a pool closing kit. Innovative Pool Designs, 629 East King Street, Kings Mountain, 6426 Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at ipdnc.com. The Campers Inn in Kings Mountain announces their gigantic liquidation sale with up to 55% off. Make your best offer and they'll beat it. Travel trailers up to $20,000 off. Fifth wheels up to $40,000 off. And big motorhomes up to $150,000 off. And with every purchase, you get an inside access membership with exclusive discounts, service benefits, special offers, and free camping worth $7,000. Don't miss the gigantic liquidation sale at the Campers Inn, 615 Broadview Drive off Highway 161 South at I-85 in Kings Mountain.
She didn't just visit the sick and poor. She moved in with them. It wasn't convenient, and it wasn't pretty, but they needed help. 12 more then joined this saint of the gutters. They were soon followed by over 4,000 other nuns who gave healing care in orphanages, AIDS hospices, and charity centers. Mother Teresa couldn't do it all, but she gave her all. Compassion is in you. Now pass it on from PassItOn.com.
And we're back on the Throttle Powersports postgame show. They're looking at some interception video. I forgot from which team, but it looked pretty funny from what they were watching.
JP almost described it. No, we was watching the jet sweep right here from Michael Edwards for Crest, and it was supposed to be to the right, and like Steve said, he wanted to come back here by the camera, but jet sweep went all the way over to the right sideline, said hey to the Concord fans.
Watch number 5. He ain't blocked nobody. He still ain't blocked nobody.
Then he comes back here.
Still ain't. Number 2, I thought he looked in the referee, said, did he call me out?
We're going over a couple plays here. The refs might have missed some out of bounds.
Surely not.
Here's Chris
Charger. Out of bounds, fellas.
Oh, it was number 9. I'm sorry.
If they call it.
Take that off number 5.
He had 2 feet out of bounds on this one for the Chargers. Right foot, left foot. And then we'll go back to Shelby in a minute where they were out. So yeah, he toe tapped on the outside.
It ain't out of bounds if they don't call it.
I started to say, is it a violation if the ref don't call it?
Where the referee
keep running.
He's over here in the Crest huddle.
He was running from.
He was drawing up a defense with Greg Lloyd.
He was getting his check.
Asking Greg what was the next play over here. Look at he got run out by that number 1 kind of. Ran him out of bounds.
I don't think he got. I think he just took that route because it don't look like number 1 was all the.
Well, I mean, he didn't force him.
He didn't.
He got a little bump. He got a little bump in there. All right, Steve, you was talking about your game, a big game tonight, East Rutherford, and Shelby tonight. You guys, 65-33. Win tonight. So congratulations. A little bit more you want to talk about on that? I'm sorry, we kind of interrupted you there when David called.
Yeah. First, like once your team get in the playoffs, like it said like East Lincoln. Once you get in the playoffs, your running game is real important. To control the clock. So tonight, guys, our offensive line did a great job. Coach Jamie Dunaway is our offensive line coach, guys. He's got a record of guarding the web. He started 44 straight games as offensive lineman at guarding the web, which that's unheard of these days. He started his freshman year and all the way through college. Coach Dunaway is a great, great offensive coach. Some of the stuff same stuff the kids go over and over every day. and it transform into the field. And if it's okay, fellas, I like to give, I call them my hogs, a shout out. We're gonna start with Brent Morgan, number 50, who's also got elected to play in the Shrine Bowl. We got 51 AJ Wishner, got number 60 Malachi Gibbs, T. Hollifield, number 52, Krishan Harris, number 59. Krishan played both ways tonight, guys. And we got another guy, Tuquil Joyner. He's like our 6th offensive lineman. Those guys got Woods, Jonas Woods, over 200 yards rushing. He had 181 at halftime. So my hats off to the offensive lineman. I work with these guys every day, and they just like my kids, and they never get the name called out or no prestige. And Lane has all the touchdowns, but if our guys didn't block for him, he couldn't do all that, or receivers catching the ball or whatever. So I would be wrong if I didn't get my offensive line. And also, Coach Ray Barkley is our defensive coordinator, along with all the other coaches. And they had a great defensive plan too, to stop Pinkerton. Sometimes we may go 5 down or 4 down or whatever. Him and Coach Wilbanks, they decide whatever defense they want to run. And then our defensive line held this young man to less than 40 yards rushing. Then we got Noah Gardner at one end, got Tyson Williams at the other end, and we got Santana Hopper's younger brother, Malachi, number 55, plays one tackle. Got Landon Hollifield, Grady Nodine, a crest transfer. We got Julius Brooks, number 13. We got Robert Williams' son, Jay Will, number 12. And Kendrick Raper played on defense tonight too, guys. He played safety.
35 more minutes.
He played safety, okay? And then we got Kahari, Corey, and Derek Key. That's our defense. I want to give those guys, we have to give these guys a great shout out because they done a great job tonight playing defense. Lights out. We've been accused of being soft on defense. Like the other teams run the ball up and down us, but y'all guys did a great job tonight, and I am so proud of them.
All right, we're looking at the play where you stepped out of bounds, Steve.
You see me? Well, they didn't call it, so I kept. They didn't call me out, so I kept running.
Lost the ball.
We got a fun highlight here in a minute. Which was it? The game, Dennis, was the Newton game. The kid drug the kid in. We're going to show some highlights some more. We got a very fun highlight in a minute. But I did want to show the Shelby kid stepping out of bounds with
Lorenzo Roseboro.
The referee's like 6 yards away and
can't see.
Missed that one and
Steve said that's the same ref that was taking the
ball the wrong direction.
Taking the ball the wrong direction.
Yeah. He didn't know which way to go after we scored a touchdown. I thought it was supposed to like conduct.
His twin brothers calling it crash game.
Even if he missed this, this East defender's got to finish it up. Number 5 there at the end's got to finish it up. You got one guy, 2, and then what? No, the last guy didn't do nothing but watch the referee miss the call. Watch him. That's what I'm talking about. The safety 5 here. He's out. Nope, never mind. I'll let him score. That's what I'm saying.
That might have been our last.
He probably thought he was out of bounds. See, 5 thought he was out of bounds. He's looking. He saw his feet too. So anyway. You got to play through the whistle. Got
to play it.
All right, let's go over to Newton Conover and Fred T. Ford for the highlights over there. Miss Gracie was over there tonight with our highlights. Want to thank her for working hard and taking care of this game for us. We knew it'd be a big game over here. Winner facing Maiden. Let me scroll back to the start of the game where Newton Conover started off with a run here, number 0 around the end for the touchdown. Let's get some sound going. I think I had the Bandy's band, but they lost. I didn't know if I wanted to play them or not. Field goal made it 10-0 here.
He thumped that ball now.
He did for the Red Devils. They're back in action.
Ooh.
Touchdown Devils. This made it 16-0.
That's an awkward tackle.
Right. Like, I don't know what happened there at the end zone. Ford cuts the lead 17-7. And then Ford makes it 17-13 on this catch. Thought Ford might pull it out. Newton pulls away, though, on this run, 23-14, and they would end up winning the game going away with a 24-14 victory. All right, let's go over to all right, before this game happened, I told the guy on the field, Will, that there's going to be a 100-point score tonight. That was 109. Kramer, 60-49. You ready for these highlights?
We got time.
We didn't get them all in. I think he missed a few here and there. But we are going to start. Number 22 had a couple of touchdowns tonight for the Storm. Big boy's going to get through a couple of times. Did he play against you guys, Steve?
Who's that? Yes, he did.
All right. Field goal's no good. Storm kept their lead after Bandy's missed the field goal. Then number 1, the quarterback keeps it on this one. Extra point was blocked. This made it 13-0. Storm around the end. Made 19-0 with this one up the middle. And then
what's the big tight end at?
6-7. Running back does again. I don't know if he even scored tonight. See, they didn't even have to throw in the ball. Bandy's going to score here on the jet sweep. This made it 26-14. The Trojans cutting the lead. Thought they'd got back into the game at that point. And then Kramer marks down the field and scores again. 40-14. Quarterback scampers on this one, keeps it himself. Off tackle, up the middle, shake and bake. Somebody make a play. Stiff arms the safety for the touchdown.
Stiffed on him so good his foot came off the ground.
Dennis, what game was that play with a kid? What did we miss? What game was it with a touchdown where he drug him in? You know what I'm talking about? We laughed our butts off at in the red zone.
And he fell.
Yeah, he just fell in the end zone. I'm going to have to go back through our highlights here in a second. There's a touchdown. This made it 47-20.
Excuse me, Steve. I'm trying to figure out which game that was.
And Stuart Kramer's going to win 60-49. I want to thank OJ Hatton out at the game tonight for taking care of us and doing all the highlights. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Chip and the guys to go through some of the scores tonight, final scores, and I'm going to try to figure that out myself, Dennis, because I know we saw it. We laughed at it because I said that's going to be the highlight of the night.
It wasn't a great game, but it was a great play.
It was the Lincoln and Hendersonville game. Here we go. Let's go to highlights for that. Y'all want to see some Lincoln and Hendersonville highlights? How about that? Here we go. This is Lincoln going up 7-0. Jalathan Mayfield with a Wildcat touchdown. That's the big boy. He didn't play against Kramer in their loss. This made it 7-7. Hendersonville's Jordan Buford's going to tie it up here against the Wolves. Hendersonville in the white. Hand off up the middle. Touchdown, Mr. Buford. All right, I think this is the play.
This is the pass.
Yeah. R.J. Lynch. This is going to be the play of the night. Oops. Folks, I promise I'll fix it by the time we get ready for it. Because he's going to scramble around for a sec. All right, he scrambles to the left.
He catches the ball.
Toss it. Now watch this.
Then watch the end zone. Watch the end zone.
Get off me. Get off me. Oh, I moved him. Let's go back.
Stuck it in there, didn't he?
The ball broke the plane.
We're gonna show the whole thing. We're gonna show the whole thing. Watch it. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. Ah! So he gave like 5 stiff arms. David, I don't know how to describe it.
Kevin's description captures
that's
perfect.
The best I got. R.J. Lynch catches at the 20. He's trying to outrun the kid. He's catching 1, 2, 3 stiff arms, trips. He grabbed him by the shoestrings and he's dove in the end zone.
It still counted.
See, if he didn't, they won by 1. That was the play of the night.
If he hadn't stretched, they wouldn't have won.
Lincoln in white helmets with wolves written on the side. I've never seen those before, but that's Thursday night football helmets. But this is awesome. R.J. Lynch.
So how did Lincoln score and go for 2, or the other team went for 2?
Hendersonville missed one, I think.
Missed the field
early on.
Okay.
In fact, Steve, let me figure that out for you real quick. I just wanted to show you R.J. Lynch getting in that. It was 14-7. Then it was 14-14 on this one. Oop, got to make that big for the folks at home. All right. So it's 14-14 on this one. So Hendersonville, Gianni Thompson, finds a
He don't
receiver
look
about
like
the
he-
5-yard line.
I mean, it's like he didn't grab back to throw that ball about. It looked like he just flipped it out there.
Flipped it.
The DB was not happy with himself on this one. I don't know if you saw him there, there, Will.
I have a feeling his coach wasn't happy with him either.
Doggone that I slipped.
Yeah, that's when he was like, dang it. All right, that made it 14-14. Hendersonville led 21-14. Into the end zone, up top.
God.
Watch this catch.
He's throwing that ball effortlessly.
Yeah.
Both feet down.
Nice arm for the quarterback. You like that, Will?
Dropped it in the bucket.
That's smooth as ice.
Nice little pass and catch
And that made
for Hendersonville. Scrolling up through the highlights. Go ahead, Steve.
That made the score what?
That made it 21-14. This made it 21-21. Mayfield on the keeper. Watch it one more time. Extra point good. That tied the game at 21.
You ain't stopping that. All that beef in the backfield.
Nobody stopped it much this year. All right, this made it 28-21. Lincoln going up. Scrambling. Lynch is found in the end zone. All right, this made it 28-27. Extra point, no good, is what our stats say. I don't have any details if they just missed it or what. I text my girl here in a little bit, but Lincoln wins by 1 after Hendersonville went for the tie here, or may have went for 2. I do not know. Maybe someone that did watch can let us know. But Lincoln falls 28-27. I mean, Lincoln wins 28-27 over Hendersonville, and they'll go on next week to Mountain Heritage is where they'll go next week. And I've got next week's matchups. Let's see if I can do that for you guys. Let's see. Post. Now, I just did that a minute ago. Where'd y'all put it? Here we go. Nope, that's this week's finals. That's not it. Well, I'll have to go post again, I guess, because I know for a fact I just did that. I mean, I walked down the hallway with Andre and did it. All right, so I'm gonna repost that. I'm gonna let Chip go. I'm gonna let Chip go through the scores here for a minute.
He done it? See, you ain't even paying attention.
Come on down here, Chip. Young, and go over the scores, and we're gonna
Chip,
finish up the show.
If you stay
here
ready, you don't have to get ready. Pay attention to the game.
Y'all look like you were.
Before you get started, I see where your Irving Warriors.
Careful, Steve.
Listen.
Careful,
At least
Steve.
they got it close because they was already down 14.
That's what I said. I said that earlier.
Hey, they was already down 14 when they got off the bus, and they made it 14-13. So they did good.
when they showed the final score, I was like, well, I said if we take away the 14 points South Point had before the game even started, I said it's 34-13. That ain't that bad. So,
At least you didn't lose 14-13.
yeah, well, I don't know if that'd be heartbreaking there. Yeah. But all right, final scores here that we got. We've got Mountain Heritage defeats West Lincoln 46-13. Lincolnton hangs on to defeat Hendersonville thanks to that outstretched touchdown against Hendersonville 28-27. West Davidson, the Dragons defeat the Patriots of Providence Grove 31-21. It's North Stanley over East Surrey 49-45. The Wildcats of Eastern Randolph victorious over Union County 43-7. Walkertown shuts out Wheatmore 67-0. Coach Steve DeGrees and the Shelby Golden Lions defeat East Rutherford 65-33. Mount Airy blanks Thomasville, 52-0. Whoa. Just that score?
Yeah, this is my first time looking at it.
There you go. It was up on the scoreboard at the field, wasn't it, Steve?
No.
Next week, Steve.
Yeah.
Mount Airy.
That's
They
right.
might-
Go to the snappy lunch.
They
Mount
might,
Airy
they
blanks.
might need to say some of them.
Mount Airy blanks Thomasville again, 52-0. Thomas Jefferson shuts out Winston-Salem Prep 43-0. South Davidson over Rosman, 27-8. East Columbus, the Gators defeat North Stokes 32-21. East Columbus sounds like a North Carolina or South Carolina school, but no. East Columbus defeats North Stokes 32-21. It's Robbinsville over Andrews 56-7.
It's definitely a coastal school.
Brevard remains undefeated, defeats West Stokes 41-14. They will host the Burns Bulldogs, who defeated West Stanley 49-7. The Colts of West Stanley. That's a fun nickname, fun mascot. Mount Pleasant over. There's another South Carolina. It sounds like a South Carolina school. Mount Pleasant defeats Tuscola 44-34. Pisgah Bears over West Iredell 41-26. I would have loved to have seen Tuscola beat Mount Pleasant and Tuscola and Pisgah take on each other. That is that Haywood County rivalry. That's one of the most intense rivalries in the mountains.
And
So.
the half and half at that game.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, and it would have been. They would have had
Pretty good at East Lincoln.
Would have had to have some security.
Too.
But yeah. So it'll be Mount Pleasant and Pisgah. Pisgah heads to Mount Pleasant next week. Bears defeat West Iredell 41-26. Newton Conover defeats Fred T. Ford 24-14. Is Maiden over North Surrey 49-21. In the 100-point game of the night, Kevin called it. He was right. Stuart Kramer defeats Bandy's 60-49. High Brighton defeats R.S. Central 48-19. Yeah, apparently he called it. Kevin called it. Star Mountain defeats the Cherryville Ironman 56-7. Great season, Ironman. Finished the season 500-6-6. Get yourself a home playoff win last week. Nothing to be ashamed of. Great season. Good. Coach Bowman's got a good thing going over there in Cherryville. So congratulations to the Ironman on a successful season. South Stanley defeats Christ the King 38-0. Mitchell upsets Bishop McInnes 42-12. The Villains, 42-12. And then Mountain Island Charter upsets, I think, the third-ranked Allegheny Trojans 7-6 in our baseball score of the night. South Point defeats.
It was a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth.
Okay, gotcha.
You want me to do that next one, Chip?
Yeah, Dennis, go ahead and do that one for me, please. I'm going to take my headphones off.
The South Point Red Raiders tonight managed to squeak by the Irvin Warriors 48-13.
You're very diplomatic on the squeaking by there, Dennis. Thank you. Monroe defeats West Rowan 49-14. It's East Lincoln over West Henderson 56-15. The Crest Chargers defeat the Spiders of Concord.
Put some respect on that name.
Okay, the Crest Chargers, Crest High School Chargers, the Crest High School football team. What do you want from me? Come on. Crest defeats Concord 69-6. They'll take on East Lincoln next week. That'll be a good showdown. Hickory defeats the Montgomery Gentry Central Timberwolves 45-6. Franklin holds off Forest Hills 14-13. It's Oak Grove over Northwest Cabarrus 36-7. Robinson defeats North Davidson 42-0. And then the sixth, that was we've gone through all the classifications now. But in the 6A, the last four games are 6A. Ashbrook defeats Statesville 22-14. They don't win big, y'all, every week, but they just keep winning, though, don't they?
They were behind the whole game, though, until towards the fourth quarter, and then they pulled out a few points and won 22-14.
That's not the first time we've said that this season. Yeah. That tells me this is a seasoned second half team that the moment's not too big for them. Ashbrook, and obviously we've seen how good they are all season long. They're showing they've got the moxie to make a deep run, and that they're not going to be scared if
they don't quit.
Yeah, they just don't stop. And again, nothing intimidates them. No situation is going to overwhelm them. It doesn't look like. So they've got the chemistry and makings. A lot of these close wins shows that they're not. They don't feel like they have to blow everybody out, and they're not freaking out by the one score.
Well,
game.
let's see what happens at Dudley next week.
Yeah, so I think
Ashbrook should be
I was about to say Dudley will come to them. The Panthers defeat Ashboro 21-6. And I would have loved to have seen this game. Kings Mountain holds off TC Robertson up in Arden at TC Robertson 21-20. And then Northern Guilford defeats the Asheville Cougars 46-13.
You just ran into TC Robinson. Robinson,
it's fine. It's y'all. I know. That's how y'all pronounce it down here. So,
but you just ran into TC Robinson. Now you get to ride all the way up to Northern Guilford.
Yeah, yeah. Head over to Greensboro. There you go. You're just going to Kings Mountain's going to get a tour of like 3/4 of the state and this week and next week. Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing about Northern Guilford, Chief, we've had a little history in the past. Will and I have with Northern Guilford.
Yep.
And what they are in that district where they're at, they set up a special deal where any student in the county can choose that as their home school. So it's like the transfer portal and wide open in Guilford.
Yeah.
And a few years back, they had a very high class coach from South Carolina who came up there, and he figured it out and said, Keenan Allen, how would you like to play receiver for Northern Guilford? and a long line of guys that you're watching in the pros now decided, I really don't live in the North Guilford district, but that would be a fine place to take my football skills.
Mm-hmm. This is peculiar. I'm looking at their so they're 10-1 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, that's something. Kings
May have gotten beat by Dudley or somebody.
No,
like
they
that.
got beat by a 7-5 East Forsyth team. So that's just I don't know if they didn't show up for that game. It was the game was. It wasn't at East Forsyth. It was at home for Northern Guilford. But still, 10-1. Looking at some of the teams they beat Oak Grove 26-21. Oak Grove is they defeated Northwest Cabarrus this evening 36-7. Look at some of these other teams that they've played.
Well, the checks hadn't cleared that week.
Yeah. Golly, they defeated Ashboro the next week 31-27. So they've won some. They've had some blowouts. They've won some close games as well. They defeated the first game of the year. They defeated Reedsville. That's what they were in Reedsville's first loss of the year.
But now remember, Reedsville is a 2A school.
Well, but a historic
3A this year maybe, and
like the 4A or something.
Yeah. So you've got a situation where there's class differences, but Shelby plays that all the time.
Yeah.
You play Crest and Kings Mountain, and there's better than y'all are in classification, and so you got that situation there with Northern Guilford. They have some rivalry games, if you will.
So looking at next week, and I think Kevin might have already run down this a little bit, but with based on the finals that we have, so you got Lincolnton's going to travel to Mountain Heritage. I'm trying to see. Can I at least see your rankings real quick, Dennis? Can I borrow that sheet just to make sure? Thank you. I'll promise I'll give it back.
Lincoln 8th seed. My house number 1.
Yeah. So Lincoln the 8th seed. Lincolnton the 8th seed will travel to Mountain Heritage. West Davidson's the 12th seed, so they will travel to North Stanley next week. Then you've got Eastern Randolph's the 3 seed, so they will host Walkertown. This is in the 3A classification. And then Shelby will travel to Mount Airy, so that'll be, again, as we mentioned, two historic.
10-2.
Yeah.
We're 10 seed.
Gomer says hello.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to go to Early and try to get me, go by the Bluebird Cafe, try to get me something to eat.
That's right. So, all right.
So Hendersonville, bad snap on the extra point.
Big research.
Tom Sinafani has talked about it. He said you do not want to. The kicking game in high school can be a big difference.
Listen, Steve and I were talking earlier about Northern Guilford.
Mm-hmm.
State championship game, Shrine Bowl kicker, hadn't missed an extra point all year. I don't want to call any names and embarrass the young man. The score was 20-21 because he missed the extra point.
Yeah. Steve, I wanted to touch on something.
It was raining.
Yeah.
It was raining.
Well, again,
It was raining for the other team, too.
Tom talked about it last week. We were referring to the Burns game where they could. I guess it was against Kings Mountain that they could have, or was it Shelby this at the end of the year? Whichever game they missed, they had the field goal to try to tie it up or try to win, and it was blocked. You don't. It's so much can happen with the kicking game at this level.
High school.
Yeah.
High school.
Steve, I wanted to ask something.
That's all the way up through the pros. The first 2 games,
but even more
Green
so,
Bay dropped.
But even more so, I think high school you can see. It's
and a long field goal might be from the 30.
Right. Oh yeah. But Steve, I know we've touched on this a little bit. This, and I as the score started to run up, I was just curious. It seemed like your guys, they played after the snap. I haven't heard anything that there was any extracurricular activities. It seemed like they played very fit. They played very disciplined. Were mindful of just keeping their heads in the game and not doing. And that's. Right. I'm glad to see that trend in the playoffs. So
and also, I want to commend that official that was on our side. He was telling our players, don't y'all do nothing stupid because y'all got another game to play.
Right.
I don't know who official was, but I commend him for telling. He told our players that. He said, y'all going to play another game, so don't even just play.
That's right. Let the scoreboard do your talking.
Same thing, the coach had told him. And he got a little rowdy there because sometimes fellas, as a grown man, you got to be careful what you ask for. And they asked for something, and they got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
They asked for
Get out of your way.
And they got it.
All right, real quick. I've already done the done a little bit of the artwork for next week.
Okay.
For their matchups. So we got a little. We can go over those in the next few minutes before we get off the air real quick.
Get back next week.
Let's see. What'd you say?
I have to call next week. Ain't no way I'm making.
Call on your way down the road.
I have to call. Might spend the night.
All right, so here's next week's matchups. We've got in the 1A, 5 East Columbus at 1 Robbinsville, 3 Thomas Jefferson at 2 South Davidson. In the 2A, Community School of Davidson, I can make that bigger for you guys. Let's go over there and make it bigger like this. All right, so there we go. Oh, there you go. All right, in the 2A, number 9 Community School of Davidson will be at number 1 Murphy. Number 5 Corvion will be at number 4 East Wilkes. Number 14 Mountain Island at number 11 Mitchell. And number 4, I got that wrong. South Stanley is at number 3 Starmount. West in the 3A, Lincoln at number 8 at number 1 Mountain Heritage. West Davidson number 12 at number 4 North Stanley. Walkertown number 6 at number 3 Eastern Randolph. And Shelby number 10 at number 2 Mount Airy Granite Bears. In the 4A, Burns the 8 at the 1 Brevard. The 5 Mount Pleasant at number 4 Pisgah. It's all chalk in the 4A. Number 6 Maine at number 3 Newton. And number 7 Kramer at number 2 Highbright. And in the 5A, 8 at 3 West Rowan at South Point. That's 8 at 1. Sorry about that. Didn't get that changed right. West Rowan is 8 at 1 South Point. East Lincoln 5 at 4 Crest. Franklin 6 at 3 Hickory. And Oak Grove 10 at 2 Robinson. In the 6A, it's chalk 8 at 1 Catholic at Watauga. Sun Valley 5 at 4 Freedom. Then Dudley and Kings Mountain with upsets tonight. Dudley 11 at 3 Ashbrook and Kings Mountain 10 at number 2 Northern Guilford. In the 7A, Britt number 8 will be at 1 Grimsley. Number 5 Reagan at number 4 Mooresville. And number 6 Richmond at number 3 Independence. Number 7 Lake Norman at number 2 Weddington. And finally in the 8A, West Forsyth, the 5 seed at number 1 Huff. And Myers Park, the 3 seed at number 2 West Charlotte. Now I'm going to turn it back over to you guys.
Will, did you see that where if we win this week and South Point wins this week,
we got to go to South Point.
Got to go to South Point.
Even though we beat them 33-0.
That's what we was talking about. That's what I was talking about last week, fellas.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, any final thoughts as we wind things down here?
Well, you want to have the one about to run the clock because you're going to be down 14 when you get there.
We've been there before, Steve. We know how it works.
Steve, you mentioning the home field advantage at Belmont's like the Masters. That's a tradition unlike any
It
other.
is. You just need. You ought to go there. You'll see.
I believe you. I believe you. So
after tonight, he believes you.
That's right. So all right, we got Dennis. Will any real quick final thoughts?
Oh, only final thought is y'all go listen to Faith and Love by the Borkins Family. We set it out on the 5th. We released it on the 5th. Look it up, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Faith and Love. This is our first single. So go check it out.
All right. So, Dennis.
Congratulations. And, fellas, I hate to put it in these terms, but the playoffs begin next week.
I would
playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs, Will.
Add one more chalk up there for Will there. So, all right, one last time I'll run down the scoreboard here. We'll get ready to turn things off as we wind down the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. Final scores again, Mountain Heritage defeat in the 3A, Mountain Heritage defeats West Lincoln 46-13. Lincolnton holds on. Oh, timeout. Kevin's pausing me.
All right, before you go, I will announce next week's games. Jefferson at South Davidson. We'll have that on Waggy. Burns will be at Brevard. We'll have that game. We'll also have East Lincoln and Crest and Shelby at Mount Airy.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. So I'll start this again. We'll go by order of classification. In the bottom left, the 1A, Thomas Jefferson shuts out Winston-Salem Prep 43-0. South Davidson defeats Rosman 27-8. East Columbus over North Stokes 32-21. And Robbinsville defeats Andrews 56-7. Heading over to the 2A to the right there, bottom middle. Starmount defeats Cherryville 56-7. South Stanley shuts out Christ the King 38-0. Is Mitchell defeating Bishop McGinnis 42-12, and Mountain Island Charter upsets Allegheny 7-6. Back up to the top left, the 3A classification. Mountain Heritage over West Lincoln 46-13. Lincolnton hangs on to defeat Hendersonville due to a bad snap on an extra point 28-27. The Dragons of West Davidson over Providence Grove 31-21. North Stanley defeats East Surrey 49-45. Eastern Randolph over Union County 43-7. Walkertown shuts out Wheatmore 67-0. Shelby Golden Lions over East Rutherford 65-33. And Mount Airy blanks Thomasville 52-0 in the 4A classification. In the middle, top middle, Brevard defeats West Stokes 41-14. Burns over West Stanley 49-7. Mount Pleasant defeats Tuscola 44-34. Pisgah Bears over West Iredale 41-26. Snooten Conover over Fred T. Ford 24-14. Maiden defeats North Surrey 49-21. Kramer defeats Bandy's in the high scoring affair of the night 60-49. And High Brighton over RS Central 48-19. Over to the 5A on the top right. South Point defeats Irwin 48-13. Depressing for me. Monroe defeats West Rowan 49-14. East Lincoln over West Henderson 56-15. Crest Chargers victorious over Concord 69-6. I'm glad you approve. Hickory defeats Montgomery Central 45-6. Franklin squeaks out a win over Forest Hills 14-13. Oak Grove over Northwest Cabarrus 36-7. And Robinson shuts out North Davidson 42-0. Last classification 6A, Ashbrook over Statesville 22-14. Dudley over Ashboro 21-6. Kings Mountain hangs on to defeat Robertson at Robertson 21-20. And Northern Guilford over Asheville 46-13. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. Tune in tomorrow, 8 a.m. for the Shock Jocks. On behalf of everybody else, Chip Carter. Have a good evening.
On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all.